So if you're a Nintendo Switch fan, you're probably very excited for Paper Mario the Origami King. And I am too, and it is out in about a week's time. I'm super excited for it. But over the past couple of days, there's been tons and tons of information come out, and I want to round it all up in one video. Make sure you are sticking to the end of the video because we have a brand new intro to the game revealed just today. And make sure you are hitting that like button and subscribe button if you're excited for Mario, Paper Mario, or anything Nintendo, because we have lots of information to share today, including 10 minutes of brand new information and 10 minutes of brand new gameplay. So, revealed back all the way in May now, only 2 months ago, Nintendo revealed Paper Mario the Origami King, and today Game Explain, the publication sort of media Nintendo news place, has had a early preview of the game, and they've talked about some very interesting things. I've also got some news coming from different sources and lots of different places all over the internet talking about the game, and today I just want to talk about all the information that we have so far and show you guys some new gameplay. We'll also have a look at the intro for the game at the very end of this video, so I hope you'll stay around and check that out in a second. First thing I want to talk about is this game does seem a lot similar to the Thousand Year Door or N64 games in the sense of it is kind of one world and it's not linear in the way other games was. Now don't mix this up. This isn't an open world Paper Mario game, but it will feel less linear than Sticker Star or Color Splash, and I think that's what fans are really hoping for with this one. Game Explainer is saying this is the largest world so far, and maybe that's not saying much for Paper Mario, but I think it's pretty exciting that we are getting a large world out of this, and I've got to say it does look beautiful. With Paper Mario the Color Splash, the thing was it was very level based, and this world did seem quite small because it was level based. This one is not level based, and it is kind of more open, allowing for more areas to be discovered and more fun to be had. Also, coming from Game Explain, there is no XP being gained here, so you can't really level up Mario. You kind of just progress through the game, which does seem kind of weird, and apparently it's something to do with heart containers, which is kind of weird. There's also going to be a lot of hidden toads throughout the game, which I guess are kind of like maybe as a thing to get 100% completion, maybe? I don't know. Again, the confetti has also been teased that will also go and help against 100% completion. I guess maybe filling in confetti in certain areas. We've seen that idea. We're seeing these ideas of maybe finding all the toads, like maybe one area of the world might have a certain area where you have to find 50 toads as an example, and then over that time you have to, if you find 50 toads, you unlock everything in that area, more things happen. Of course, now we're just seeing the cutscene of a tree part of the game, and I've got to say, it does look beautiful. You're now seeing one of the warp pipes. The warp pipes are one of the ways that you can transport yourself around this massive Paper Mario world. And you can also see that this is a very fast loading screen. Of course, this game is made by Nintendo, it's optimized for Switch, it looks beautiful and runs great, and, those loading times do echo that as well. We can also see another warp pipe there, and I think that's interesting that we can really travel around this paper world very quickly. And yes, I feel like in some ways we have sort of moved on from the paper aesthetic, and in lots of areas such as this hallway here does look very cardboard like, and I think it is very interesting that we have that now. We're seeing these bigger rooms, we're seeing these big constructions all made out of paper, and dare I say, I think it is made on the same engine as Color Splash, but I think this game looks way better in terms of visuals and what they're really going for, especially with things like lighting effects. With Color Splash, a lot of it was outside, you were filling out the world, and, the outside wilderness sort of, filling out with colours and filling out the grass and everything. This game seems to be more focused on castles and dungeons and that little bit of a world, and maybe because the world is so big, maybe we can have more ideas and more things to do. We're seeing Peach's castle there, but yes, the world does seem incredibly big. One other thing that I was mentioned as well is partners are kind of back. Now, I don't want to say partners are back 100% because obviously people are really wanting partners back from the original Thousand Year Door and also the original Paper Mario on N64. But I believe, from what people have been saying, what early previews have been saying, we kind of get these toads that follow us, we get the Obom following us, we get different Mario enemies sort of following us and Mario characters following us throughout the adventure. I don't think the characters follow us all the time, just seeing here, there's some kind of like action segment here. So yes, it is, I think the partners are more involved than they would be in Sticker Star or maybe even Color Splash, but I don't think they're as involved as what they would be in something like the Thousand Year Door or Paper Mario on the N64. So it was interesting to see that, from what I've seen so far, I like to imagine this game as sort of a half step. It's not a full Thousand Year Door game, it's not a full N64 game, I think it's somewhere between Sticker Star and also Thousand Year Door. You can see some of the partners there, so yes, there is partners that will speak to you and can join you on the adventure, but it doesn't seem like they're there the entire time. That does seem very strange that they have decided to do that, but that's guess what they're doing. That partners are in the game technically, You know, on paper, and to write it down what the game was about, you would say there's partners in this game, but they're not going to follow you as they would in any other Paper Mario game that had partners with it. So yes, it's kind of a half step, but it's interesting to see what they're doing here, and it's definitely a step in the right direction. Also, there's been a little bit more news about the battle system. The battle system is kind of turn-based, and when I say turn-based, I mean literally turn-based, in the sense of it's essentially a dartboard ring where you have to line up the enemies in a certain order, and then once you've lined them up in one straight row, the more points you'll earn. So you want to have at least a number of turns as possible. So you want to have a really quick sort of flow, a couple of hits, wipe out all the enemies. So what you want to do is you want to line up all the enemies into one row to take them all out at once, to take them all out and make them all damage at the same time. Apparently there's a time limit to this, so the quicker that you can spin this dartboard round to get into the right orientation to damage as much enemies, the quicker and better your rewards will be. We're not really sure what those rewards would be. I'd imagine they may be coins, or might be confetti, or that sort of thing. But I would imagine it would be from rewards from battle, because there isn't an XP system, so there's no level up system. There's got to be some kind of reward, some kind of incentive from doing battles. I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen at the end of a battle yet. I hope that they do something with that. We are seeing a lot of confetti in the game, so I'd imagine it is going for that idea. I'm not sure. But it does look very, very cool with this idea of the battle system having a time limit, because in theory I could spend hours and hours and hours turning this battle system, turning that dartboard, and then getting, basically making the game broken. So I like they have had the time limit there, so you have that little bit of incentive of, do I want to spend time turning this board to get the right result, or would I be better off saving my time, getting a higher score that way without doing it, without spinning that? So that is very, very interesting. We're also seeing the Samus helmet there, which is very, very interesting. I don't think it's explained what that really does. I think it's just sort of a helmet that they wear. Maybe it's kind of a tease for Metroid. We're not 100% sure. Another thing I want to talk about is Luigi, and there's a kart section in the game. Luigi actually rides a kart in the game. Basically, it just looks like it's been pulled out of Mario Kart, and Luigi is definitely in this game. Game Explained said that Luigi is one step ahead of Mario, which doesn't turn out great for him. So maybe it is implied that Luigi is trying to save the world from Olly, the Origami King, before Mario, and he's trying to do things, but it's going wrong, and then Mario has to save up the day and maybe clean up Luigi's mess. We don't know, it's not really sure, but it is very, very interesting that Luigi has been mentioned here, and Luigi is in this game. Luigi isn't a huge part of Paper Mario, but it's interesting to see that he gets his own kart, and that he's going to be in the kart helping us, essentially. I mean, he's in the game, he's got dialogue, so he's playing a pretty big part there. Alright, so here is the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the intro of Paper Mario, the Origami King. Take a look.
Oh. Let's go.